What's up, Paradise Crew? My name's Griff.
And I'm Alyssa.
And today, we're going to talk about how to not get seasick on the cruise. It's a popular question. We're going to answer it. Here's some ways you can avoid seasickness. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Now, even if you usually don't get seasick, sometimes the weather isn't in anyone's favor. So just be mindful of these tips. They may help you out in the future.
All right, so here we go. There are a few things you can do before you actually get on the cruise to help prevent that seasickness you're so afraid of. And that starts with booking your cabin in the middle of the ship, but a little bit lower. Right there, okay? So, according to Sir Isaac Newton, whatever those laws are, just think about it this sense. You're gonna be right in the center as everyone that's booking their rooms right here or right there goes up and down, up and down. You'll be nice and comfy right in the center.
Also, while you're planning your cruise, try to avoid itineraries with multiple sea days in a row. So if you can get on land after every sea day, that would be ideal.
Think about it as in jogging and then taking a small little break to get on land instead of just running a constant, grueling marathon on the high seas. Next up is packing the oh so fashionable SEABANDs. Now, these come in handy for a lot of people. They use acupressure technology inside of the wristband. Alyssa's gonna put it on. They're super cool, super comfy. They come in black. Now, what I really like about these things is they are reusable. So you can actually find these things at Target, not two locations. It'll either be in the pregnancy aisle or actual like nausea and stuff aisle. So DRAMAMINE, Pepto-Bismol, it's around that area. And you can find them for $7 at Target. So good find here. SEABANDs.
Now, if you are prone to getting severely sick due to any kind of motion, that means getting in the car and getting sick, flying on a plane and getting sick, I would recommend going to see your doctor to see if they will give you the ear patch. So if you've been on a cruise before, you might have seen a few people walking around with a patch behind your ear. They got it from their doctor. So if you're worried about that, go see them and see if they'll give it to you.
And if you're a first-time cruiser, it just looks like a little bitty Band-Aid. So if you're wondering what it looks like if you've never seen one before. Our next recommendation is taking Dramamine before you board, preferably non-drowsy. Now, personally, I don't take Dramamine. It hasn't worked for me, but because it has worked for others, we figured we'd mention it to you. So it could be a winner for you, but for some, it could be a loss. So it comes down to what you think on this one.
So I think the key with Dramamine is to try to start taking it 1 to 2 days before you actually board the ship as a precaution. It'll give some time to get in your system. You should be safer that way.
Cool.
Okay, so you've boarded the ship starts to sail away, and you don't feel well. What do you do? Well, one of the first things that you can do is to make sure that you are on deck in open air, somewhere where you can see the horizon.
There's nothing like fresh air to kind of just help you reset your system, to kind of put you back on track. Fresh air. Get on top of the deck. The next tip is eating something. Now, personally, when I'm feeling a little seasick, I don't like eating something. But again, this is one of these tips that when you do eat something, it has shown great benefit to others, such as Alyssa.
So for me, if I start to not feel well, I typically go for some heavier carbs, kind of like breads, croissants, pastry, something like that from the buffet that's easily accessible. It just kind of gives my stomach a little more, not too fullness, but a little more substance, I guess. It just kind of helps a little bit more. Other things we would recommend eating are actually green apples. And I didn't know about this until our cruise on the Paradise, when our cruise director Lee came over the announcements. The weather was so bad, they had to like remind people of how to prevent seasickness. But he mentioned green apples, and they should have them all over the place in the buffet, so make sure you grab one of those. And don't forget about anything with ginger. So that's ginger chews, ginger pills, ginger tea, and obviously ginger ale.
That's right. One of my favorite combinations to help prevent seasickness is actually ginger ale and a little bit of fresh air on deck with the sun. That'll help clear me out if I'm feeling a little dizzy. And obviously a much more holistic approach is to just not think about it. As crazy as that sounds, it actually goes a long way. And when we say not to think about it, try watching a show, go on deck, go play a game, go on the water slides, go hang out in the pool. Just try to take your mind off of the big elephant in the room, which is being seasick, and focus on something a little different.
And so the last tip that we have for you is if you like essential oils, I would recommend packing peppermint and lavender oil. They will both help in settling your stomach and kind of clearing your mind.
Woo! Now we are putting out good stuff here. These are good tips. Man, if you could combine all these tips, I bet you would almost make yourself foolproof to getting seasick on a cruise. But let's leave you guys with the question of the day. Have you ever been seasick on a cruise? If this is your first time on a cruise, are you worried about being a seasick, just awful feeling person? Did these tips help you? Are you gonna feel a little better now? So, tons of questions. So if you're still watching this video, we should be on a cruise right now. This is just scheduled to post to help you guys prevent seasickness, but we have a Facebook group to help keep you up current with our activities on the ship, the Freedom of the Seas. If you're watching this video in a future date, then obviously we're not on the cruise. But we got some awesome t-shirts, some new updates for trappedinparadise.tv.com. You can go there. It is trappedinparadise.tv.com/shop. New tees, new mugs, towels, some stuff I really think you guys are gonna enjoy. So if you would love to support the channel, we would greatly appreciate anything you purchase. So that's all I have.
Great. So thanks for watching this video. And if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up.
And if you dig the vibes, please subscribe.
And if you care, please share. We'll see you in paradise.